Hello and good morning. Welcome to Lens of Flight Tarot. I'm Sean. I'm going to be doing your reading today for Monday, June 13th. On the cusp of full moon in Sagittarius tomorrow. Let's see what we have today. The moon. Interesting. Okay. Eight of Cups. Nine of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. So the moon, Cancer energy and the zodiac. And the moon is mystery, intuition. It is kind of the internal worlds, things we can't describe but that feel true. It can often be confusing or misleading, and kind of takes some navigation to move through. And Eight of Cups we had, I think, yesterday. Eight of Cups, eight is movement, and cups are emotions, feelings, intuition. And there's, a sense of walking away from something, or perhaps walking towards something. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which is the penultimate swords card. Swords are thoughts and communication, intellect. And then the nine is almost to completion. So it's this feeling of brimming, like water brimming over the top of a cup. So it can be quite intense because it doesn't have, we're not to the point of completion yet. And so it is this kind of build up. And so the moon, and again with the full moon coming up tomorrow, I can't help but connect those. So this full moon is bringing something that you can feel. The full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the centaur with the bow and arrow that is aiming at a distant goal. It is ruled by Jupiter, which is a benefic planet that expands and grows things. So there's something growing towards a goal in the future for you. And with the moon coming in, there's a really deep sense of feeling that. And with the Eight of Cups, this movement away from something. So yeah, we're leaving something behind. There's some feeling or intuition that is growing inside of you and expanding, and is asking you to walk away from it, or you're moving away from something, or perhaps towards something, perhaps towards this goal that requires you to leave something behind that you have been feeling, sensing, ruminating. This all feels very new. And this full moon perhaps is this precipice. It is this this line that you are crossing to affirm and go in that direction. And there is some confusion about it. There's a sense of not being able to rest. This is often can be a nightmare card. It can be a lot of intellectual turmoil. These patterns suggest these all have different zodiacal signs on them, and underneath there's a picture of someone being two people fighting, one person threatening another person that has fallen with a sword. And so there's just a lot of stress. These can be stress dreams, again, nightmare card, or it can be something that you're stressed about to move forward. And then with the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands shows up and depicts having to defend yourself, or feeling like you have reached a plateau, you've reached a kind of safe footing, but you're not able to kind of just look at the vista or like appreciate the work that took you to get there. You're on top of that plateau, but now you have to defend yourself. You have to stave off these other opinions, thoughts, people, and the wands is fire, passion, impetus, which ties into the Sagittarius moon. Sagittarius is a fire sign as well. So it looks like, I have to be frank, a tumultuous time, and I think today is transitioning us into that full moon. And perhaps if you're seeing this full moon is bringing forward a feeling that has been brewing, that maybe you haven't been able to vocalize, but is coming to the surface and is encouraging you to move and flow into a direction, perhaps away from something, and that is causing you some turmoil mentally, and gives you the feeling that you have to defend yourself, and that you have to prove to others why you are making this decision and why you are moving with this intuition, which can be challenging. Often when we have intuitive feelings, sensations, they come from the subconscious, or they come from inside of us, or perhaps outside of us, that are being projected into us. It can be hard to communicate or kind of ground them in physical actions, or it can be difficult to justify them without the physical proof or the manifestation on the physical plane. And so perhaps this turmoil and this sense of defense, or this sense of having to prove oneself, is due to the kind of insecurity of relying on these sensations, which the moon does as well. It confuses and distorts these things. So today, take care as you move forward. Listen to your intuition. Trust your intuition as you move towards or away from something, away from these cups, away from these emotions, towards something new. And trust yourself. Allow yourself to flow with these feelings, and try not to legitimize it in your mind, because you'll just find that there is a lot of conflict and turmoil here. And believe in them. Defend yourself. Defend that process that is going on inside of you, and understanding that process cannot necessarily be grounded in objectivity yet, or maybe it doesn't need to at all, and just allow that flow to happen. Okay, well, I hope that is useful. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.